house on Black Hollow Road in the southern reaches of Tennessee, just outside the small and quiet town of Greendale, lies a forgotten stretch of dirt called Black Hollow Road. The road winds through thick woods where the sunlight rarely breaks through, and the air always feels colder than anywhere else. For most townsfolk, it's just a name they mutter, but never visit. The end of that road holds a house 2 stories tall, leaning slightly to one side, its paint long stripped by rain and time. Once, it was home to the Henderson family, but now it stands empty, its windows like hollow eyes, staring blankly toward the world that left it behind. No one has lived in the Henderson House for over 20 years. Those who dare to go near it whisper about lights flickering behind cracked glass, or faint laughter drifting through the trees at night. Some claim to hear a little girl's voice calling out, "Mama," only for the sound to vanish with the wind. It's the kind of legend that starts as a ghost story and grows into something darker the longer it lingers. The story began in 1998. Tom and Mary Henderson were known around Greendale as a hardworking couple. Tom worked at the lumber mill, Mary volunteered at the local church, and their daughter Leela was 7, bright, curious, always with a red ribbon in her hair. Then, one stormy night, everything changed. Mary was found dead at the bottom of the staircase, her neck broken. The sheriff ruled it an accident, but folks whispered otherwise. Tom disappeared 2 days later, and Leela, she was never found. The house was locked, the tragedy sealed away. But time doesn't bury everything. Some things keep breathing long after the living stop. 27 years later, a young photographer named Kevin White rolled into Greendale. He was 26, tall, restless, and always chasing the strange. His photography wasn't about beauty, it was about mystery. Abandoned motels, burned churches, forgotten factories. Kevin believed that decay told stories the living couldn't. He'd stumbled on the legend of the Henderson House through a Reddit thread titled Places You Shouldn't Go After Midnight. Most comments were jokes, but one had coordinates and a warning. Don't bring a light. Kevin arrived in town near sunset. The October sky was a bruised purple, and the trees were shedding leaves like dying embers. He stopped at a small diner called Maggie's, place the kind with a flickering neon sign and pie that smelled like home. He asked the waitress, a middle-aged woman with tired eyes, about the house. Her hand paused mid-pour, the coffee overflowing onto the counter. "You don't want to mess with that place, sweetheart," she said softly. "Bad things don't stay buried there." An older man sitting near the window looked up from his meal. His name tag read Tom Henderson **. Kevin froze a little. Henderson. Could he be? The man's gaze was hollow, his voice gravelly when he spoke. "If you're going there, boy," he said, "don't turn on the lights." Kevin forced a smile. "And why's that?" The old man didn't answer. He just looked out the window, his reflection blending with the night beyond, and muttered, "Because they don't like the light." At midnight, Kevin reached Black Hollow Road **. His GPS cut out halfway down, and the signal bars on his phone vanished. The road was narrow, the forest thick on both sides. Mist curled across the headlights, swallowing everything beyond 20 feet. He parked beside the gate, grabbed his camera and flashlight, and stepped out. The silence was suffocating. No crickets, no rustling leaves, just the faint hum of his own breathing. The house emerged slowly through the fog, tall and weary. The porch creaked, as if sighing under its own memories. The front door hung slightly open, moving with the wind. Kevin stepped inside. The air hit him first, stale, cold, carrying the faint metallic scent of rust and something older, something dead. His flashlight beam cut through dust and cobwebs. Wallpaper peeled off the walls like shedding skin. He snapped a photo. The flash exploded in the darkness, illuminating everything for a split second. And in that flash, Kevin thought he saw movement. A figure standing at the end of the hall. But when he blinked, there was only emptiness. He shook off the chill crawling down his spine. "Just shadows," he whispered, forcing a laugh. He took another shot, this time of the staircase. As the flash went off, his camera glitched, the preview screen flickered, showing static. Then, for half a second, an image appeared, a young woman's face, pale, her eyes black pits. The screen went dark again. Kevin frowned and tapped the camera, but it wouldn't turn on. He turned around and froze. A small red ball rolled slowly across the floor and stopped against his shoe. He hadn't noticed it before. His breath caught in his throat. Something in the air shifted. He crouched, picked up the ball, and whispered, "Hello." A faint sound came from upstairs. Footsteps, soft, slow, deliberate. He aimed his flashlight upward, but the beam flickered, then went out entirely. Darkness swallowed him. Then, from the top of the stairs, a small voice called out, clear as glass, "Have you seen my mom?" Kevin's heart stopped. It was a girl's voice, sweet, curious, and impossibly calm. "Who's there?" he managed. No reply, just the faint sound of giggling drifting through the darkness. He backed up toward the door, fumbling for his phone. The screen lit his face in ghostly blue. No signal. But then the phone rang. The screen said Noah, his best friend. Relieved, he answered. "Dude, you won't believe this." But the voice on the other end was Noah's. It was the same little girl. "You brought my mom back, didn't you?" Kevin dropped the phone. It clattered to the floor, the voice still whispering from the speaker. He stumbled toward the door, grabbed the handle, and yanked it open only to find pitch blackness outside. No stars, no moon, no world, just endless dark. He turned back toward the hall. The house no longer looked abandoned. The wallpaper was clean. A lamp glowed softly beside the couch. Children's toys were scattered neatly. He heard laughter from the kitchen, Mary's voice, maybe. He saw shadows moving, a family eating dinner. Tom at the table, Mary serving soup, and a little girl with a red ribbon in her hair. Then Tom looked up. His eyes met Kevin's, and they were black. The entire room turned look at him. The laughter stopped. The lights flickered. And then everything was gone again. The house was empty. Kevin's breath came in ragged gasps. His camera hung useless around his neck. He stumbled into the hallway. That's when he saw the photos. They lined the wall, hundreds of them. Each one showed Kevin in different places around the house, on the stairs, in the kitchen, even sleeping on the couch. His expression never changed, but in every photo, his eyes were pitch black. He ran. He didn't care where. The front door, the windows, none of them opened. It was as if the house was alive, holding him inside. The air grew colder. A low hum filled the walls, like the sound of something breathing. He heard the child's voice again, closer now, whispering into his ear. "Don't turn on the light." The flashlight in his hand suddenly burst to life, flaring white. For one blinding moment, he saw her, the little girl. Soaked hair, white dress, empty eyes. She smiled, a slow, haunting smile that didn't belong to any living thing. Then the light went out. The next morning, the sheriff's deputy found Kevin's truck parked by the old gate. The door was open, keys still in the ignition. Inside the house, they found his backpack, his phone, and his camera lying on the dusty floor. The last photo on the memory card was blurry, a figure standing by the door, arms outstretched, face unrecognizable. The police marked it down as a asterisk missing person case, asterisk asterisk. No body was ever found, but locals in Greendale still talk about that night. Some say if you drive down Black Hollow Road on a foggy evening, you'll see flashes of light coming from the Henderson House, like a camera going off in the dark. Others claim they've heard a little girl's voice calling softly from the woods, "Have you seen my mom?" And if you're unlucky enough to answer, some say you never make it back, because the Henderson House doesn't just remember the dead. It collects the living